Good evening, everyone. My name is Vernisha Jones, and I'm the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And we believe that we are the solution to the issues in our community. Our theme is Nothing With Us, Without Us. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is sponsored by Fathers Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization located on the west side of Chicago within the West Garfield Park community. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is comprised of young people from our community whose focus and concern is youth leadership and a voice within the community to reduce senseless violence and illegal substance use. We invite people from all over, especially our young people, to come in and see what we are all about. Our show can be scheduled online at www.cantv.org/live. Again, that is www.cantv.org/live. Also, our show will be scheduled every Thursday at 7 p.m., but this is our last show, unfortunately. See you guys next season, but next season it will be Fathers Who Care coming up at the same time. Joining us today is Rasan Trust. Pronounce your name.
Rasan Trust.
Rasan, okay.
A lot of people get that.
Because I was trying to pronounce it, I was going to ask you before. Rasan Trust, the founder and CEO of Trust and Ed, LLC, a company dedicated to helping students and adults make informed educational and career decisions through its platform. With over 16 years of experience in higher education, Rasan is also a licensed career and technical educator, teaching business and marketing while bringing real-world skills into the classroom. As a former associate director of admissions, he has guided thousands of students toward achieving their goals. Beyond his professional work, Rasan is a devoted youth coach and proud father of 3, including his 18-month. So, this your only son?
My only son.
Okay, because I was reading that, I'm like, okay, that's probably, okay. His 18-month-old son, who inspired his passion for helping the next generation graduate with purpose, not just a diploma. So are you ready to get into the show? He'll look comfortable with the show, so I know this show is going to be a breeze. You ready?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. I am ready.
So for the viewers that are meeting you for the first time, who is Rasan Trust and what drives the work that you do?
So Rasan Trust is an educator first. I worked as a director of admissions at a university, and I also now currently work as a teacher for 8th grade and also high school. Rasan Trust, and I'm speaking in third person at this point, but who I am is an educator and a proud father. Too many times I have saw individuals enroll into a university as working as a director of admissions, only to find out that this is not the career path that they wanted to go into. And that's where Trust and Ed came from. Trust and Ed was built on that purpose of giving individuals an opportunity to understand what kind of career opportunities are out there and what education requirements may be needed in order to get in that line of work. Hence, exposure. We were pushed into education, and because of that, we didn't really take time to understand what our purpose was. When you lack purpose, then you really lack guidance. And you're just basically winging it. And at that moment, I've seen these students accumulate so much debt, and then at some point, either they finish with the debt or they don't finish with the debt, and they're still trying to figure it out. So I wanted to come up with that solution where individuals, before going into college, understand what their purpose is by exposing them to all the different careers, and also asking those challenging questions about what their goals and interests and likes and dislikes are. So that's where Trust and Ed came from, and that's who I am. I'm an educator.
Okay, you answered my next question I was going to have. Cool. So how did your 16 years in higher education and admissions shape the vision, for the most part, for Trust and Ed?
So where that came from, when we talk about sitting there and working with my advisors, as a director of admissions, I had a team of advisors, and I would have to constantly coach them and get them ready for these interviews and communicating with their students and parents. And at some point, you just had this All right, we're enrolling students. We're taking applications, we're putting them into the careers, we're doing them service. But you will see over time that students would either transfer, they would either change careers, or they would drop out because they didn't feel it. And you don't really understand what career you're in, what a degree program you're in until that junior year, that ending sophomore, junior year, when you start to get into that major. And at that moment, now you set and you kind of committed to that major. And so you have that, you have individuals that would say, you know what, I don't want to continue with this, but we already racked up student loans. And then that person, because of the pressure of having to pay back the student loans, may go back to school in another school, and it's never taken time to really figure out what their purpose is. So that's where Trust in Ed came from. So watching that and sitting there and saying, what can I do differently? How can I really help my people? And when I say my people, I mean everyone. We're all God's children. My people, every single one of you. What can I do? So I took time to understand how to build a website. I took time to understand individuals, did surveys, and really rolled this out. And we're still building on the website itself.
Okay. And so speaking of it, what makes Trust in Ed different? Like, what bridges, I know, like with traditional colleges and career planning tools, what makes you stand out with your organization?
So you see a lot of career college readiness programs or tools. They really focus on the testing itself, the applications. What we focus on is you. My goal is to get you to understand your purpose. So that's where we come in at. That's the difference between us. We are for you, not for us, but for you. And that's why the program is also free. The website is free.
I was going to ask you that.
It is there for you to access at any point. You have individuals that love to scroll, right? You're on Facebook, you're scrolling. You're on Instagram, you're scrolling. TikTok, you're scrolling. I think that's swiping or scroll, right, on TikTok.
Scrolling.
I think it's still scrolling.
No, it's still scrolling.
Okay, you're scrolling.
Are you on me on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
be on
still
TikTok at all.
scrolling.
But our website, when you click on at the top, if you click on where it says degrees, and then you can select either associates, bachelor's, master's, and doctorate. You can either select where it says training and certifications, and guess what? You can scroll. You can scroll to see what other career opportunities are out there that you can start to investigate. And once you come across a career that you find interesting, you click on that button that says find out more. And when you find out more, you're able to see what the education requirements are for that career, what the job pay is for that career, the job projection. So that's what makes us different. We're not just a career and college readiness program. We are a company that is really dedicated to get you to understand more about your purpose. So we do that by understanding your likes and dislikes, your goals, your background. And that's why Ed, the AI bot, was created along with the other videos on the website that you can access for free.
And just speaking on what you just said, I love the fact that you say that you guys have it, because that was the total difference that I heard that other colleges don't have, where you can go on there and actually see what this major is making, what like you know more detail versus you just going and then say Associates of Science and you going to school for this and it's not giving you no detail on what you're doing. So I appreciate that. That's
Thank you.
Definitely a plus, because that's something I'll probably be looking for, because now it just be like all over the place.
Absolutely.
So you talk about helping students graduate with purpose, not just a diploma. That's your little saying, right? Okay, what does that mean to you? Like, what made you come up with that saying?
A diploma itself, hey, we check the box, right? That's what we're pushed into education. Most of us are pushed into education. Oh, I got my degree. Great. What's next? But finding out your purpose is really identifying who you are. Finding out more about you, your skills, your background, where you are meant to be, how you can serve your community, how you can serve that organization, or how you can set a positive example for everybody else that's looking up and they're looking at you. So understanding your purpose is critical. And that's the difference between just getting a degree and checking a box, but actually getting something that has purpose behind it. And that's what we're wanting you to do. Because if you can find purpose, if you found it, then you know what steps you need to take in order to accomplish those goals. That way you are equipped with all the resources that you need to be successful in your purpose.
And so to get involved, they just have to go to trustined.org.
Trustined.org. I think I had a shirt. Oh, I do got a shirt.
That was a good one.
That is
I was reading, I'm
my
like,
Trump
trustined.org.
And this is not, we are out here. We love this. This is my first time
Meeting
some
actually is
amazing
crazy.
individuals. So, yes. Yes, you would go to trustined.org, and there's an AI bot named Ed. That's not me, it's me. That you can chat back and forth with. So you can sit down and ask this person, hey, you could just start off. I don't know what to do. And he's going to ask you several questions. And his goal is to find out more about you, your likes, your dislikes, your goals, your education, your work history. He's going to recommend a career pathway to you. He's going to recommend a few of them. And then you will go on the site and you will go into whatever career path he mentioned. You will go and search for those career paths. You will look into it. You investigate it. Is this something I see myself? No. What's the other three he recommended? Okay, now, but where you are is right where you need to be at. Because now you're investigating you, your future. You're researching. You're investing in you. And you're coming across other careers that you didn't even know exist. You're going to be amazed. There's over 250 career options on the website. And we're in a line with BLS.gov, which is Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's across the United States. So this just doesn't apply for my Chicagoans. This applies to everyone.
For everybody, yes.
Everyone out there. I serve you. All right?
So I'm gonna have to do that because that's actually sound interesting. Even though I'm like in the field, but it's like that sound interesting to actually see, like, you know how you go and do work and it be like, when you think about everything that you done did throughout your life, it'd be like, is that what you really want to do in the future? I'm going to go try it. So I feel like other people should definitely go try it because I feel like that's intriguing. That's just like doing like a personal test about yourself and finding out more stuff about yourself. So I'm going to do that because I feel like that's very intriguing just to find out different things. You never know how much interest you will have in something else when you actually. So is you AI for real?
I am. That's me.
So you're the person who
That's me. It's not going to be me. I couldn't sit there and I would be up all night. Like,
that's what I'm like. Hold on, that's you for real.
No, that is my AI bot that I built, programmed. It's me. It's a version of me. And this is another reason why we shouldn't be scared of technology. We should embrace technology, lean into technology. Too many times we are nervous and we're unaware of it, and we're like, hey, I don't want anything to do with it. But technology is cement to lessen the workload on you, on me. All right. So that's how I view it. Perspective. Okay.
So what real world skills do you believe today's youth need most to be successful? Do you you're a teacher. So in your opinion, what real world skills do you believe today's youth need to be more successful?
Where are you getting these questions from? These are some good questions. That's applaud this young lady right here because
thank you.
Start sweating on camera in a second. But I would say critical thinking skills is important. Self-awareness is important. Understanding how to navigate and pivot is important. Understanding emotions is important. So these are just a few skills that individuals need. Like I said, I do work with 8th grade at this current moment. I'm teaching 8th grade school. And I can tell you right now that critical skills are needed. Critical thinking, problem solving skills is needed. But most importantly, exposure. Being able to look at a certain career and tying that into their future and tying that to education, which then ties it to their future. These kids are not bad kids. I'm here to say this. They're not bad kids. They just lack guidance. If you don't understand why you're in a classroom, little Johnny doesn't understand why he's in a math class. And little Johnny doesn't understand math. And so what does little Johnny do when it's time to quiz? He act up. Because I don't understand it. And I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. So I want to cause chaos in the classroom. And if I get everybody else to cause chaos, now the whole classroom is not learning and we took over the class. But if we can help little Johnny identify what his potentials are, if we can help little Johnny identify what his purpose is, now he sees that he's going to be a chemical engineer. And now he can tie why that math class is important to his future. Let's put money back into the education system, not into the administrative hand, into the students. We don't need security guards in these schools. I'm sorry, we need some. We don't need more security guards in these schools. We are not looking to change these schools into the penitentiary. We need more school counselors. That's what we need. So that way we can help lessen the burden on the class. We need smaller classrooms.
Yeah.
So that way we need teacher aides so that can step in and help little Johnny. But we need to develop a program where little Johnny is able to learn at 6th grade what career pathways are available to him. He can be exposed to it early and start to understand why 7th and 8th grade is important. Because you see that disruption start at that 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Because now they're dealing with emotions. They're dealing with emotions. They're dealing with, oh man, I'm about to go into high school. Oh, we're talking, I'm understanding, I'm looking at TV shows and I don't know what's going on. And now these math questions are harder because I'm not longer spinning the wheel and what's the cow go move. No, it's bigger now, right? It's more advanced. So little Johnny is going to move away from it. He's going to push back and disrupt. And that's not just little Johnny, it's all those other kids. So again, we need more resources in the school, but we need to understand how to utilize what kind of resources we need. That's important. And this is one of the reasons why Trust and Ed exists. So have your students, educators that are out there listening, push for the use of Trust and Ed. Utilize it. Take 5-10 minutes for your class to navigate the different career options. Watch the improvement in your class over time, because now they're able to ask you questions. Hey, what is this? Let's read it together. Now they're excited because now they can see themselves
doing
in this
something
matter.
different.
Absolutely.
And okay, 2 things about what you just said. One thing is I definitely applaud you as far as being just a teacher that cares, somebody that cares, because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that we lack. It being where it's most of the people are there just for the check, and you don't have as many as you that's there that actually genuinely care for the kids. And another thing, no, anytime. And another thing is when you speak on, I never thought about that one, but when you speak on like counselors and security guards and stuff, I never thought about the fact that when you look at these schools, you might have 5 security guards in there, and then you have 1 counselor.
1 counselor.
For a classroom, a school of 500 kids, you got 1 counselor, 5 to 10 security guards. And that's crazy because you having that mindset of, like you said, penitentiary and that type of stuff, versus you having multiple people there that can help these multiple, maybe mentally ill kids. You got somebody that's just disciplining them. So I ain't never thought about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I never thought about that. And that's crazy that it's like that. And that definitely needs to change. We need multiple counselors in the school versus it just being 1 counselor and 30,000 people that's just there to discipline these kids. And not understand that these kids, it's stuff going on. They not just acting out just to act out. And then, like I said, as far as it just being them knowing that it's somebody that care. Because I'm pretty sure you probably don't deal with as many bad kids as probably a teacher that don't care for them.
Well, I can say this. If you take time to really understand what's going on with that kid, which is difficult. As a teacher, it is difficult. Because how can you take time to investigate this kid's feelings when I have an entire classroom that needs to learn? And that's where the disruption comes in at. People are putting too much pressure on the teacher itself. We need to take some of the weight off the teachers. We do. There's not a lack of teachers. And I hear this a lot. I've been seeing this. We have a shortage of teachers. We don't.
Okay.
Teachers don't want to teach because they can't teach, because it's now 70% classroom management, 30% teaching. It takes me 10 minutes to get my class in order, typically for a teacher. 10 minutes. Hey, have a seat. Sit down. Hey, Johnny, come here.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing over there, Karen? Have a seat. It's too much. So they need help. And we need to shorten the class load. I would say a good 15. So we need smaller classes. We need more school counselors. And you will see an influx of teachers fill these positions. I know Chicago, CPS has a lot of vacancies. I know that. And it's not because there's no teachers available. They don't want to go in the classroom because these kids are disruptive. These kids are emotionally unbalanced and unstable at this moment. But It's not because they're bad kids. We just haven't, well, I don't want to say we haven't taken the time to understand them. I would say we need to come up with a better solution. That's what it is. And that's one of the main reasons what we're doing, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. But
no, you should get into it now. You know we ain't got that much time.
Oh, we don't.
The time be flying past when you start having the conversation.
It do. So Trust and Ed is moving forward. And this is why it's important to understand your purpose. I worked as an educator for 15 I worked as a director of admissions for over 15 years at a university and switched to education and been an educator for the past 2 years. And I understand really more about what I'm supposed to be doing. And Trust and Ed is growing, where we're actually not just a resource, but we're becoming an actual course that teachers will be able to teach to these kids from the age from 6th grade to high school. And we're going to be tapping into financial literacy. We're going to be tapping into social and emotional learning, exposure, career exploration, right? And the goal is to get these kids to understand purpose right away. So they're less likely to be disruptive in 8th grade, freshman, and junior year high school. It is important to understand financial literacy. If we're able to ask Johnny, hey, you claim that you want to be grown. What kind of house do you want? What kind of car do you want? Where do you want to live? What kind of, so we add all that up and then we break that down on a monthly payment and we ask, well, what kind of career is going to allow you to afford
to be
that?
like that? Mm-hmm.
Now little Johnny's like, wait a second.
Now I got to think a little bit differently.
Hold on now. Financial literacy. So Mr. Trust, what career paid is? Let's go look. Let's go look. And now we being realistic. Well, I can cut back on this house. Okay, now we're talking. We're having a discussion. These are fun times.
Yeah, understanding. A better understanding
of what it is, what's out there, where I'm going to live at. Okay, well, if I live here, now little Johnny is in 8th grade figuring out his goals in life goals. So now how's little Johnny going to move when he get to high school? Oh, he's prepared. I know I want to be a marine biologist. Whereas I need to make sure that I'm taking classes that's geared towards this. And then little Johnny is sitting up in front of the class. He's excited about life. He already knows he got his college picked out by his junior, senior year. He's ready. He's more equipped. And guess what? He's less likely to take out an uncertain debt. Because again, too many individuals are taking out so much. We're taking out so much debt and not understanding the reason that we chose that major. We got pushed into that major. And so if we can figure it out up front, apply for these scholarship and grants because now we know exactly what it is that we want to do, we're moving with purpose. And when you move with purpose, you have a better game plan and you're able to make better decisions.
Okay, so I have 2 more questions for you before we end this. How do you hope Trust and Ed positively impact families and communities overall? I kind of get it, but let them know.
She's attacking me.
But you got it. You coming with the answers.
Let me think.
He thought he was going to need paper and stuff. You coming with him.
Look, talk about being on the spot. So, one thing I can say is that uncertainty, right? Mm-hmm. The confusion, right? If you have less confusion in the house, you're able to move with more purpose. You're able to make better decisions, which better decisions could affect financial burdens, right? Lessen the financial burden based off our decisions that we make. Mm-hmm. So you sit back and you have an entire household full of individuals that have purpose, stronger together, right? You move stronger when you know what you're doing. You move with purpose when you know what you're doing. You move together when you actually know what the mission is. Mm-hmm. So I say that's one of the main ways that it would impact our community. Less behavior issues. You're not worried about the 13-year-old terrorizing the neighborhood because the 13-year-old is in school now, focusing on what he needs to be focusing on. Mm-hmm. So that's how it prepares and helps the community itself.
Okay, and my last question for you is, if you could say anything to anybody, just think from the heart. If you could say anything to anybody watching that may need some words of encouragement or anything, give it to them.
It is for my youth. Let's start with you. You need guidance. Trust and Ed is there. So you need guidance. You need exposure. For my graduates, for my adults entering the world, understanding what it is, what kind of resources are available to you. It's available. You just got to go and look at it. It's on the website. It's for free. You click on the website and you research. And for my older adults, the individuals like myself, it is never too late to figure out what it is that you're supposed to be doing. When you are stuck, that is a moment that is grabbing you and telling you you should be asking questions about what it is that you should be doing. Stuck is a different perspective of what should I be doing and how should I go about doing it. So it's not too late for you. We just have to ask that question. So don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to pivot. Did you know that I was back in school for another master's in school counseling with a licensed practical counselor while raising 3 kids? 2, like and running a business and working full time. It is never too late to understand your purpose and to move on your purpose.
No,
so pivot, ask questions, research.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for being on my show this evening. We've been trying to get this show together for a while now. Thank you so much for being on my show. And I want to just thank you for the work that you're doing and how you empower both young people and adults to make confident, informed decisions about their futures. And I guess we're going to probably have to do a part 2, right, y'all? Part 2 to talk about some more stuff. That'd be amazing. But thank you so much for being a guest on my show tonight. And I just want to, everybody, if you need any information about anything that he has going on, you can reach out to me personally at 773-287-5821. Or you can reach out to trustanded.org to get any information about anything that he was talking about today. And thank you, everyone. And next week is Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Christmas. Talk to you later.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.